right, welcome everybody. So today we're going to do the second session of artificial intelligence lecture and training. Like I said earlier, so we're going to discuss Elicit AI. We're going to discuss Julius. Julius is a really, really good software. The strength of this software is you can do so much. You can do data cleaning. You can do any data analysis using Alot or Python from the Julius itself. So there has been a lot of talks going on about this software for last 8 to 10 months when it came in the market. So I think it's an excellent tool to kind of like review. So let me just share my screen. So I'll show you this. Let me start with this software, Elicit. This is excellent software for doing meta-analysis. So as you can see that, let me just close this. Okay, as you can see that I wrote a research questionnaire, distal versus proximal radial access for PCI. The software is screening all the papers for me. It gathered 500 research papers right away, and it screened 40 papers which were on the same topic. And now it's extracting the data, so it will give me a full data report on everything. Isn't that amazing? So the power of AI cannot be neglected, And I always talk about this, like physicians who are going to learn AI are going to grow 10 times more and will ultimately replace the physicians who have no experience in the AI. So it's very important to get yourself used to the latest innovation and artificial intelligence and make the best use of this. So, and I will talk about this Elicit software and how you can connect it with the Zotero also and extract all the citations and references also, and you can plug those references into your research paper right away. So pretty cool. So we'll start with the DeepSeek. As most of you know, DeepSeek have been in the market recently. There's a lot of talks going on about this software. Pretty much you can do anything with the DeepSeek, what you can do with the GPT-4o, or what you can do with the Gemini, the Google AI, or Microsoft AI and all that. So, but relevant to the research, I will show you what I usually use it for. There's so many things which you can use it for, obviously. So I will show you one pretty cool thing here. So what I will do is like I will select any meta-analysis um, or any NIS paper. So one second. Where's P? Okay. So okay, so gender, okay. So I'm gonna put a do file. The beauty is like this DeepSeek can also read the do files of the status software. So now I will tell the software convert this do file into R programming so that I can perform same analysis in R statistics. Okay, so you just click. So this is the free version of DeepSeek. I've not purchased the upgraded version, but upgraded version can do few things extra for you. So it's giving you an outline, just that based on my do file of the status software, it's just telling you what the data, like how it will perform the replica of the coding. So this is pretty cool that if you have one statistical software and you have done a programming and coding in one software, you can create a replica using a AI. So now it's generating all the R programming codes. So as you can see, so it's creating a library and then gplot. So basically, it's installing all the relevant models which I will need for this analysis. And then so it's creating a replica of all those codes for me. I know for some of you, this might be very new thing, but it is very applicable for the one, especially if you're doing NIS analysis or national readmission data analysis and all that. Okay, so create the tab out. So this will give you all the programming and coding for the R program. Now, create Python coding from stata file above. So it will give you like a Python coding for you. So you can plug those codes into the software and it should work fine. So I'll let it play. So while this is working, if you guys can note down the name of this also, Julius AI, and we will perform a couple of quick things on this AI. The beauty of this AI, as told you guys earlier, you can see that you can select the softwares, which is pretty cool. You can select R or Python, whatever software you want. So they have integrated like a statistical software with this AI, and it performs all the analysis for you. So pretty cool. So I don't know, today the server for the DeepSeek is a little bit busy. So here, let me open my slides. So I made a few slides. So basically, DeepSeek, it can read do files and it can read Excel sheets also. It can make images for you and it can help prepare research questionnaire by refining it also. So next we will go to Julius AI. So on Julius or Julius AI, so basically, I'm going to perform a couple of things here, but before that, I want to show you what does a workflow contain. Work, so this is my workflow. There's an explore workflow also. So it can do data processing for you. It can do data visualization. Like no matter how big your data set is, it can visualize whole data set, including NIS or whatever data set you're using. And it will give you a breakdown of the variables and descriptive analysis and things like that. So it can clean the data. Let's suppose you want to make the age limit only 18 and above. So it will clean that data for you. If you want if the cells have no data, so it will delete those cells from your data set. So it will make it very refined and cleaning. So which is pretty good also. So from the statistical models, as you can see, just you will be just amazed to see like it can perform any analysis for you. So it can perform descriptive analysis, two-way ANOVA, regression, Mann-Whitney U-test, Wilcoxon rank test, linear regression. It can perform pretty much any analysis for you using our statistics. So that's definitely a strength. And it can make a bar charts for you. It can make like box plots for you. It can make forest plots for you. So we'll try that right now. Okay. So let's start. So we're gonna start a new thread. So now I'm gonna open a sample file number one. So this is the button where you can load the file. So I have this table that have just so this is the paper about high to intermediate frailty score of a non-mood psychosis versus low frailty score in the psychosis patients. And then we did a crude analysis without doing propensity, and these are percentages. And then we did the propensity score matching, and then it has a p-value also. So we have a couple of outcomes here, as you can see. So we will submit that data set. Okay. and we'll tell this to Julius. So now see, it's looking at the data set right away. So how nicely it made the table right away. So whenever you load the data, it actually looks at the data basically. So so now I'm telling a software that make a comparison bar chart of outcomes of high to intermediate frailty score versus low frailty score for non-mood psychosis, crude and propensity score. So as I have selected the Python also, so it will create all the Python coding for you. So which you can just literally copy and you can run it in the Python software. So which is itself is pretty cool, I will say. And now it's going to run another codes and create the figures for you also. So first it ran the Python coding and created a figure. So you can see here how nice it is, right? So now let's suppose I'm going to select the R statistics. All right, I switched from Python to the R statistics from the top. So it will use a ggplot2 module in the R statistics, and it will give you all the programming and coding. So it gave some error. So another benefit is like Julius automatically grabs the error and tries to fix the error by itself. So it's not like a chat GPT or something like that you have to retype or tell the AI software to reperform the programming and coding and all that. So it will auto perform for you. I was just amazed when I came across this software first. So look at the beauty of this. Isn't that nice? So it made a stacked bar chart for you. Okay. And with very like enhanced look. So definitely it will enhance the paper quality. And also when it comes to making figures, if you put a clean data, basically it can clean the data for you, but if you put a clean data, it will be just one click and it will make pictures for you. So any question here? So so as you can see, like it's so it will give you like an explanation also for all this graph which you made. So all right. So next we'll go to the so I want to show you another like strength of this where I will use a different file also. So now let me upload the different file. So now I'm gonna load the file in the Word software, not even Excel sheet. So now I'm gonna tell software that. So now I'm telling the software show this data in the figure for mitral clip with heart failure and a mitral clip without heart failure. Show all baseline comorbidity percentages and comparison bar chart with the p-values due on the top. Okay, so here we go. So as I selected R statistics from the top, so it's performing everything in R. Okay, so as you can see on the side, it's still generating the image. So it's pretty quick. So it extracted the table from the Word document by itself. It cleaned the table and processed it, and then created an Excel, and then it integrated that table into its inbuilt R statistic programming, and then it's gonna run this and make a bar chart out of it. I think it's still reshaping the data, so it might gonna take a few minutes. I think our R might gonna take some time, so I'm gonna put this in the Python. Okay, so it's still making. So let's see. Now it's generating a comparison bar chart. So sometime it does not like pick from the R, so but from the Python it does. So let me just upload that in the Python. So give it a few more minutes. Or maybe I should start a new thread actually. So gonna open this. I'm gonna tell the software. I'm gonna select Python from the top. Okay. Okay, so the first thing it creates a strategy for you how it will perform the coding and programming. So it's gonna clean the data. So it's better to, so one thing I can update you is it's better to uh, upload the data in the Excel sheet. That's actually better. So, okay. So, okay, it's ready. Oh, I can finish this thing. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, so can you see now? Need to close this. I think it might be coming from the Zoom anyways. So can you guys see like how it created a comparison figure for you so that you can put in your research paper? So it's pretty good. So now I will tell the software instead of making that, make a pie chart, for example, right? So now it will start making a pie chart using a Python. So already you can see the pie chart here. They're both ready for both the arms. So I don't know why I'm getting this red line on my screen, probably some AI annotation or something. But anyways, so you can clearly see about the different baseline comorbidities and all that. So, okay. So this is a very good way to show their gender inclusion also. So you can see how much percentage were male and female and all that. So okay, do you guys any have any question till now? So now I will go over the percentiles basically. So now let's restart a new thread. So now we're gonna use another data set also. So we're gonna use table two. So now I'm gonna tell the software that make graphic of income. So it will make that in the percentile.
So, Dr. Siddha, I have one question. Like, does there is a limit how much data they can handle, or they can analyze as much as we can put in?
Yeah, they can analyze so much. Yeah, it's a very powerful software.
That's cool.
Especially if you're using the free version, it does have a limit. But I used a upgraded version. I think it was like $30 or $40, but I find it very helpful. So if it saves you a lot of time in making images and all that, and also it gives you very helpful coding. This software is just for Python and R, so I found it very helpful.
Nice.
Give it a few minutes. I think it's still working on making it. So okay, shouldn't take that much time, but I think for each thing it's better to just start the new thread. So and then another thing I want to show you from here, so you can integrate it with the GPT-4o or Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So it does have multiple other tools also. So you can chat with the model to make it more refined, and you can click advanced reasoning, and it performs like all the data cleaning and mining and everything for you. So okay. So give it a few minutes. So see, it got an error in the Python, so it will auto fix the error. That's something I really like about this, that even if it finds any errors, it fixes it by itself. So I think my probably I think cannot directly extract from the image you made, but I did not upload the image. Okay, yeah, upload it again. So there's some things which are better performed in the R as compared to Python in their programming and coding. So anyways, I do have a couple of other things to show you from this software. So while it's performing all this, so Okay, it's ready. So you can see here it made a basically Medicare insurance um, graphics for you. So okay. So now we will talk about, can it make a forest plots for us also? And the answer is yes. So let's now forest plots, we commonly make these plots when we do any NIS or NRD studies, or I mean, we spend a lot of time on this. So why can't we use the AI or something? So that will be helpful. Okay, so I told the software like make a forest plot about this Chagas cardiomyopathy versus no Chagas cardiomyopathy and all that. So you can see the beauty of the image, like so. Okay, so it make so you can select Python also, so it can make it in Python. Okay, so you can see this here. Isn't that nice? So you have outcomes, you have odds ratio, and it put all the titles and everything for you. So, and it puts the p-value also if you enhance this image. So mention p-value on top of each line. Okay, so you can always rearrange, and it will re-edit for you and remake all the images. You can put two groups also, and it will make a comparison forest plots for you. So it will save you a lot of time. I think it's very helpful tool to learn. So all right, so you can see now it added the p-values on the top, right? I don't know which one I like, but they all look pretty good. Okay. So that was about like, so there's, so these are not the only things you can do with this software. There's so many other things. You can do data extraction. You can do like coding, programming from R. You can do like, so create, um, create, network meta-analysis coding in Python. Okay, so it will give you all the coding for you. So, okay, so and it can also teach you how to arrange the data. So for example, if you have an Excel sheet for performing a network meta-analysis and you wanted to rearrange the data, so it will guide you how to rearrange the data. So see, like it's making a network plots. So then basically it's teaching you what are the steps of the network, and it's teaching you how you're going to organize your data. So you're going to put the study names, you're going to put the treatment number one that can have multiple arms. You can put treatment number two that can have multiple arms. And then you're going to put the odds ratios, standard errors, lower confidence, and upper confidence interval. So you can export this Excel sheet and edit this sheet according to your data, and then put this sheet again in the software, and it will run the analysis for you. I think that's pretty cool because I think it's very helpful. And then it will interpret for you, and you can grab the results and paraphrase and write it in your paper. So now we're going to go back to the Elicit. So in Elicit, I literally just type distal versus proximal radial axis for PCI, and it reviewed all the papers and it took 500 papers initially, search strategy, and then it screened 40 papers based on the question. As you can see, it extracted data points, 280 data points, and it created a sheet for me. So you can see here, this is the characteristics of the included studies. So it included all these studies and the study design, sample size of that study, population, primary outcome. So it basically literally created a table one for you, right? So it created a table one for you and it wrote a results also. Study design, we included 17 randomized clinical trials. Um, and then we also found like a five meta-analysis, five prospective, blah, 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 which you can write in your outcome. So you can see primary outcome was radial artery occlusion. So it created everything for you. There were 16 studies that reported radial artery occlusion. Eight studies reported procedural success and complications. And so it gave you all the breakdown of everything. So you can see it gave you the technical access data sheet. So this study showed access success rate versus proximal radial with the p-value. And then this study mentioned also. So there was two studies that showed the access success basically. And then access time, if the time was short, like what was the time through the distal radial versus proximal radial. So, and then it showed you the complication types. So you can make actually from this percentage, you can make a pie charts for your meta-analysis. And then after that, so it gave you a list of all these references. So you can screen through these papers again if you want to, but this software is pretty strong. Like it basically extract all the data for you. So I think I had one paper on this one also. I just want to see did it selected that paper or not. So I mean, from the earlier search strategy, it did when I saw, but as my paper was meta-analysis, so it excluded that, right? And that makes sense because it selected only the randomized clinical trials and observational studies and all that. Okay. So any question on this? So if you're doing a meta-analysis, I highly recommend Elicit. I think it's very good tool. As you can see, once you click Elicit, um, you just select start a systematic review. You just put your research question and you just click the button. That's it. It does everything for you. So you didn't have to do anything else. So you can go to the library and create a library and sort the library. And you can connect this with the Zotero and you can import collections from the Zotero also, which is one of the citation software. So, so I think if you're doing a meta-analysis, Elicit is a good tool to use. Uh, we talked about Julius. Now we're going to talk about the PowerDrill. So this is another AI software that makes the images for you. You just put a new data set. Same way you just um, put the file here. Um, Something I don't have to restart it. So, okay, so you upload the file and then you can just say make a forest plot or something, so it will make it for you. Okay, all right. I think it's asking for the upgraded version. But earlier I did it. I think you guys should try it. It's pretty good actually. So it also creates coding for you if you want. So this could be the alternative of the, so you can see here it created a forest plot. Or did you see it? So this is also like a PowerDrill is also very strong imaging tool that you can use for your analysis. Now I will end my talk with another software. And for the other softwares, we discussed a lot of other softwares in our previous lecture. We talked about the Research Rabbit, PaperPal. We talked about the Grammarly AI also, which is one of my favorite actually. So, so this is another software. So this software you can create like flowcharts, figures. It's pretty easy to navigate also. So you have multiple rectangles and all that, so you can pick and choose whatever. An alternative to this software, I will say, is draw.io. Um, I like draw.io because this is integrated with the Google, and whatever you're creating the flowcharts, um, it's gonna autosave into the Google for you. Select all, okay. So you have to give access for the Google Drive. So save. Okay, so it will give you this blank sheet, so you can pick and choose. So you can create a boxes, and you can create another boxes, and then once you put the box, it will give you arrow for you. So you can just put an arrow. You can flip the box like this. You can bring it up. So you can create any images, and it's pretty quick. So you can create like any images to make a nice like flow diagrams or stuff like that. So, and then, so you can play around it. It's very, very easy to use. So you can see like for all your meta-analysis or Prisma diagrams or things like that. So it's like it's very easy to use, I will say. So you can create any image. You can put like a big arrows or something. So making a if you're making a um, visual abstracts, you can still use this in your visual abstract format. You can use combination of Canva or BioRender. So you can bring the images from the BioRender into this software, and you can add multiple other tools in this software along with the BioRender. So this enhances the quality of the imaging. Now, one thing I want to teach you in this software, when you're gonna extract the images or flow diagrams, you're gonna click export as. So whatever format you're exporting as, so always export in 200% because otherwise the graphics gonna be really bad. So, and I don't know why at 100% it comes really bad, but 200% it will not be blurry. So yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Um, I just wanted to give you quick updates of the latest softwares. Um, we're gonna have another lecture. There's a lot of other softwares. I think those are helpful, which we can discuss in our next meeting. So feel free to send me questions if you have. Obviously, I have no direct affiliation with any of these softwares. I found it helpful, and I think for you it might be helpful. So it's worth checking all these softwares. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Satta, for your time.
All right, let me know if you guys have any question. I'll open the chat box for a few more minutes, and then we'll close the today's meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Satam.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Sure.
First of all, thank you so much for arranging this. And the question is, do we need to cite draw.io if we make images from software?
You don't have to cite it, but You can if you want to. So you can put like a draw IO. You can just cite the website,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it. Yeah,
Thank you.
but but you can cite it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So things. All right. So this is a citation you can put actually. Sorry, let me share my screen again. So this is the citation you can add actually. Can you guys see my screen? This citation, GP graph draw IO. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Speaking of Cite, there's another software called Cite AI, which is pretty good also. It cross-checks all the references for you. It's called SCITE, Cite.ai. And this software actually, let's suppose you're doing a meta-analysis and you just put the research question, it will pull all the randomized clinical trials for you. And then those trials, you can extract the data. You can put those trials in a Covidence and give it to your team to make it faster. Um, or you can use Elicit also to extract the data for you. So, all right, any other questions?
Uh, I just have one question, Larasata. It's like
Mhm.
they sometimes really miss few papers. Like if we like even with the Elicit, if we are trying to if we give them a research question, uh, are we completely relying on Elicit the paper that they are giving us, or should we go back and check in PubMed and Embass?
That's a very good question. I will say like whatever Elicit is giving you, um, after that, open the loss meta-analysis, which it will give you. And from that loss meta-analysis, open the clinical trials or observational studies which were done after by doing your search on the PubMed, and then compare it. Did it included that study or not? If it did, it's most of the time it does. But if it didn't, then you can add one more study basically. Or you can tell the LSAT like, hey, add this study.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Elicit also has an option to like upload files.
Exactly, yeah. So it
Yeah.
has an option to upload file also. Another thing which I skipped today, I will say, is you can, from all these softwares which I sent you today, you can upload any, let's suppose you're doing a meta-analysis, you have 20 PDFs. You can put all these 20 PDFs, or you can put one PDF at a time and tell the software to extract the tables for you. So the software will extract all the tables for you, and then you keep on adding data from the tables. So that is something very helpful, I will say. For example, what do I mean by all that? So you can take a previous meta-analysis, put it in the software. It will extract the result table for you, or make a table for you from the forest plots, and then add a one or two new studies to that table, and then quickly do the analysis and be done. So that's a quick way to do the meta-analysis. And for all of you who are in my group, so my meta-analysis video lectures are available in the Drive. You can always look for them. And then it's also on the YouTube also. So, all right, any other questions? All right, I think I'll stop here. If in case you have any questions, feel free to write it in the chat on the WhatsApp, or Most of you have my personal email. I can retype it here also just in case. So, all right. Thank you so much for attending the lecture today. Good night, everybody.